Today we are at the Lost Channel, and it is August, 10th, 2015. This was the former site of an old logging mill back in the early 1900s. And this is Lake Quegamog, up in northern Ontario, Canada. About 45 minutes north of Parry Sound, 45 minutes south of Sudbury. This is where it all started, in this area. Back in the early 1900s, they built a logging mill here. Built a couple dams, raised the water level so they could float them to this location. And there are still some abandoned structures left from the old town. There are some foundations still. The old ruins of the powerhouse, it was like a generation building, power generation building for the sawmill, are still here. That building's still here. Otherwise, it's mostly just used for camping now. Local cottagers. And today we'll go check out some of the ruins that are left here. The sawmill burned down, I believe, in the 30s sometimes. It used to be an old railway here. It used to run west to the main line of the CPR in Packesley. And it was a busy operation here at one time. We're just going to head down towards the powerhouse right now, since it's the only really good building still left standing that you can go in and check out. This place is about 8 hours north of where I live, close to Windsor, Ontario. My grandfather used to come here as a boy. He used to take the old train to get here. Now, of course, you can just drive in. But back in those days, the only way you could get in here was by train. And the train used to take the lumber, like I said, from this location down to the main line out in Packesley. And if you see me swatting away flies in my shadow, they're getting kind of annoying. Unfortunately, we're heading home tomorrow. We used to come here as an annual trip with my family when I was a young boy. Now, brought them along. Come check out what we used to check out. Have a little fun on Lake Quegamog. We're almost up to the powerhouse here now. So you can see here there's some old foundations of where the sawmill once was. It was located here on the south side of this point, right along the water. You can still kind of make out back at the beginning here where the track bed used to lay. We're going to keep going. These flies are just bouncing off my head. Here you can see another piece of foundation. Some kind of a structure standing here too. It's been almost 100 years since anything was used here. This is the old power generation building. I haven't been here in about 10 years. And it looks like it hasn't changed a whole lot. We'll hop in here and take a peek. Looks like it's been used mostly for hanging out. Must have been a boiler here of some sort. The generator mounted here. It's just all graffiti and not much else. 1978. I don't think I ever wrote anything in here. Anyways, this is the power plant located here on the Lake Coigamog. Beautiful place to come. Do a little boating, a little fishing, a little picnicking. The Lost Channel Inn, which is located just around the corner there, that's the original kind of a bunkhouse area. Whoa. It looks like the trail's been beaten down a little bit in here, but there's some big foundation walls back in here. I don't know exactly what all these structures were that are over here, but you can see them when you boat around this point here. Okay, I found another site here of a big foundation. See if I can get close to it. It's so overgrown with brush in here. Go hop up on a little easier for walking. Whoa, big snake down there. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. This is a really big foundation here. Not exactly sure what was in here. It's one of the ruins of the once massive operation of logging up here in northern Ontario. You can see the wall runs pretty well around here. It's open at the far end. There's another room on the back side here too. Runs pretty well all the way around. There's not a whole lot of other foundations. They're kind of buried in the bush. Maybe a little easier to explore if it's a little colder, but not as pleasant to come up here either when it's cold. It's mostly hunters nowadays that come up in the winter. There's some more big old pins here in the ground. A great big hole. A big foundation up here too. Wow, these flies are bugging me. Looks like something big used to sit up on top of these things here. Whatever it was big. Some more smaller ones here. There's a big wall down here too. Nothing but rock and bugs. I don't know what sat here, but it was big. That's pretty well all the remains of the old Lost Channel logging days. Used to be restaurants here, a couple schools, housing for all the workers. I can't quite remember the name of the logging company. We'll put that in after. I believe it was early 1900s up until early 30s when the Depression area was kicking in. Then there was a big fire and it burned down. They did rebuild it, not quite as big as it was originally, but it did operate for a few more years before finally closing down. Then they ripped the tracks up and that was the end of it. Found another post sitting here, some kind of a attachment point on it, but don't really know what it was about. It's all that's left of the ruins. It's just overgrown. A few pathways just for campers and things. This clearing up ahead just kind of serves as a dual purpose. I've seen some people camp here, but they also use it as a medical evac helicopter site where they'll come and land here in case someone gets hurt on the lake, or one of the codgers. There's some older codgers here that need some attention. They'll land right here in this spot and head back to Sudbury or Parry Sound. There's a lot of codgers on this lake. Again, here's Lake Coigamog. Here's where I parked the little boat so we could come up. There's the old power generation house sitting over there on the corner. All that's left of a little prosperous town. That's it. If you're in Northern Ontario, stop by, check it out. Beautiful location. Lost Trail Inn has some great food. Stop in and say hi to Russell. Sunday mornings he does a little Sunday brunch speech through a talking moose. Tell him that Kyle Mills says hello.